My parents said I'd never amount to anything without their money. Then they found out I bought the company that fired my dad. Growing up in our suburban house, every conversation somehow circled back to how I'd fail without their connections. Dad worked as a regional manager at Morrison Industries for 15 years, climbing his way up from entry-level sales. Mom worked part-time at a dental office but acted like she ran the place. They had this whole plan mapped out for my life. Business degree from their alma mater, internship through dad's contacts, steady corporate job with benefits, safe, predictable, boring. When I told them I wanted to study computer science, Dad laughed. Programming? That's for nerds who can't handle real business. Mom chimed in that I'd never make real money, playing with computers all day. I went anyway. Paid my own way through community college, then transferred to finish my degree. Every family dinner was a reminder of how I was throwing my life away. Your cousin Mike just got promoted to assistant manager, Mom would say. He listened to his parents. After graduation, I moved into a studio apartment and started freelancing, building websites, fixing computer problems, whatever paid the bills. Dad called it playing with computers in the garage, even though I didn't have a garage. When I officially incorporated my software company at 22, they treated it like a phase. This is cute, Mom said, but when are you going to get a real job? Dad told his coworkers his son was still figuring things out. The first year was brutal. Ramen noodles, sleeping on an air mattress, turning down dinner invitations because I couldn't afford gas money, but I landed a few small business clients, then a school district contract. Mom kept sending me job listings. IBM is hiring, she'd text. Real companies with real benefits. Dad would forward articles about tech startups failing, with little notes like, just something to consider. By year 2, I had 3 employees and steady revenue. Not Silicon Valley money, but enough to upgrade to a 1-bedroom apartment and buy actual furniture. When I mentioned hiring people, Dad said, don't get ahead of yourself. Most small businesses fail within 5 years. Year 3 brought government contracts, cybersecurity consulting, database management, nothing glamorous but reliable income. I stopped talking about work at family gatherings because every success was met with warnings about getting too confident. Then Dad got laid off. Morrison Industries had been struggling for months. Budget cuts, hiring freezes, whispers about restructuring. Dad had survived 2 rounds of layoffs, but the third one got him. 15 years of loyalty, gone with a standard severance package. He called me that night, voice shaking. Not from sadness, but from panic. I don't know what we're going to do. The mortgage, your mom's car payment, everything depends on my salary. I offered to help with their bills temporarily, just until he found something new. That's when the mask came off. You can't even help yourself, Mom snapped during a particularly heated phone call. You're probably making minimum wage anyway. We should have never wasted money on your education. Dad piled on. This is what happens when you don't listen to your parents. We could have gotten you a real job, but you were too stubborn. I stopped offering help after that. Months passed. Dad's job search wasn't going well. Companies wanted younger managers, people who'd accept lower salaries. His confidence cracked a little more each week. Meanwhile, my company kept growing. We'd started acquiring smaller tech firms, building a portfolio of specialized services. Nothing flashy, just steady expansion funded by retained earnings. One acquisition opportunity caught my attention. Morrison Industries was hemorrhaging money, desperate for a buyer. Their client contracts were solid, but management was terrible. For the right price, it could be profitable again. The due diligence process took weeks. Financial records, asset evaluations, legal reviews. Morrison's board was eager to sell to anyone with cash. They didn't care about the buyer's background, just the wire transfer. 6 months after Dad's layoff, the sale went through. That's when Dad called me, voice cracking again. But this time it wasn't about money, it was about fear. Morrison got sold, he said. New ownership, complete restructuring. Some tech company nobody's heard of. They're probably going to clean house, fire everyone over 50. I let him finish his spiral. The panic about his pension, his benefits, his chances of getting rehired anywhere else. All the anxiety he'd been carrying since his layoff now multiplied. Dad, I said calmly, you should have gotten a memo about the transition meeting tomorrow. How would you know about? He stopped mid-sentence. Because I'm the new owner. See you Monday, Dad.